Thank you for listening to Interview with DJ Nocturna. If you are watching on my YouTube channel, please like, subscribe, and share. Well, my guest is the legendary band from England, death rock band, the Skeletal Family. Hi guys, welcome. I got Stan Greenwood, who is the guitarist,
Hi
and
there.
Karl Heinz, who is the keyboardist and the saxophone player, right?
That's me.
I love that saxophone and the music of the band. I just love that saxophone. Sounds so good. So thank you
Well,
both for
thank you.
joining me on the show. Um, I was so excited when Stan, when we started communicating, and then you were telling me you're from the Skeletal Family, and I'm like, oh my god, a blast from the past, and I'm so glad you came out with a new single.
Yeah.
In fact, there's an acoustic version, right, of that single.
Yes,
Did you
we only recorded that last week, so it's like an additional tool to promote the current single, really. So that'll be officially released probably in about 4 or 5 days' time. So you've got like a preview of it.
Yeah, it's wonderful. I'm loving the music actually, and so I just want to say, I love your name, and when I was really young, I used to wonder like why they call themselves the Skeletal Family, and then I was thinking of the David Bowie song, and I go, is it from that song? And I'm sure it is. So can you tell us like how
Most definitely, most definitely, yes, yeah. We're all like fans of Bowie, so we're kind of stuck for thinking for the name, and I think we had about 4 or 5 different ones, and ultimately that was the one that everyone seemed to agree on. So, and it was a fairly original name as well. So,
oh yeah, definitely, yeah. So you guys,
Trotwood, a massive fan of Bowie, so
yeah. So you guys are from I hope I pronounce this right, Keighley.
Keighley, it's Keighley. It's actually it's pronounced Keighley, but you call it Keighley, but yeah.
Okay, Keighley in England.
Yeah, West Yorkshire. We always used to call ourselves a Leeds band because Leeds is only 15 miles away from where we live, and that was the kind of major city what people outside of Britain kind of related to. So that's what we kind of call a Keighley band, but Leeds or Bradford based band. So we're all three really, I suppose.
But don't worry about the pronunciation because most people in the UK get it wrong as well.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So you guys formed in the 80s in 1982. Were you guys both from the Elements?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it was before that one. We actually got together in 1979, I think, really, with
that would be right, yeah.
Yeah, the band Sulphate Attack. And that's more like an hardcore punk band kind of thing. And then we changed the name to the Elements, and because the original male singer left, and we got a female singer in Jane in I think it was probably 1980.
Yeah. So. Wow. So all of you guys, so the initial vocalist, the first lineup, right, was Anne-Marie Hurst. So you guys are all from the same area?
Not really. Well, the thing is, the Elements was myself, Karl, and Roger Trotwood, and we had Jane Tretton was the original singer. Then she left probably early 1981, and then we got another singer in Rose Robb, where we recorded the Elements album Elementary, and then we decided to play live. We needed a backing vocalist, so we got my sister knew Anne-Marie, so. And she said she could sing, so we got her in as a backing vocalist. She never actually played live with the band, but ironically, Rose then left the band, so we were stuck for the singer. Anne-Marie kind of stepped into Rose's shoes to be the vocalist of the band. So around that time, we're recording demos, and still under the name The Elements. And then we actually changed. Then we had the name changed. We had a new singer, so we decided. And a new single coming out, Tree. So we just thought we'll change the name to the Skeletal Family. So that's how the kind of band kind of initiated, really, the actual band Skeletal Family.
Yeah. So yeah. No, I mean there's it's amazing. I mean how you guys started on in 1982, and then
Yes.
I know you guys kind of disbanded a little bit, right? Sometime after, and then you got back together again.
That's we I think we disbanded that. Well, Anne-Marie left in 1985, and we got another singer, Katrina. We carried on for a couple of years, releasing a few singles, and then I think it was 1987 we split up, and then we decided to reform again. Was it now 2001?
2002, Stan.
2002, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So originally we were going to reform with Anne-Marie, but she couldn't make it, so we flew in Katrina. She was living in New York, so we
Katrina, Katrina Phillips, right? Yeah.
That's correct. We flew in Katrina from New York, and obviously we've got quite a lot more gigs in the pipeline. But obviously she couldn't. It was impossible for her to do them. So then we got they've got a different singer. So we changed again, you know.
And so there's like how many singers? Like there's 5 singers, right? So we have
probably more. There was Claire then.
Yeah.
Claire Bannister. She did the 2 albums.
Anne-Marie.
Claire. Yeah. No, Anne-Marie wasn't involved. She was initially involved. We went 2002, but she couldn't make this gig, so we needed a different singer. So we got Claire Bannister in to sing.
Oh yeah, Claire.
And she's sung on the 2 albums. The initial album, Sakura, was released in 2005, and then the second album, Love, Hope and Despair, in 2009.
Yep. So
now, Stan, you've been with the band from the very start, right? I mean,
that's correct.
Are you the most? I know, Karl, you've been with the band too really early on, but you were the original member, right, Karl? Also.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So both of you guys. I'm so glad I got the 2 original members.
Yeah. Yeah, and Roger as well. Unfortunately, he can't make it. He's delayed, so he sadly can't make this interview. But yeah, so we are the 3 original members of Skeletal Family.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I know one of the, I have a lot of favorite songs. I mean, I like Trees, especially, and I know that was that debuted in the John Peel, the John Peel sessions, right?
Yeah.
And there was another, who's a Janice Long. She was another I guess radio broadcaster in England.
Yes, yeah.
And I heard she passed away.
Yeah, sadly about a year ago. She was a really good champion of the band. This is really after Anne-Marie left. Really, we did a couple of sessions for her, and she was really into the band with Katrina, the vocalist. So Janice Long really gave us a lot of promotion, and it was a bit. Yeah, John Peel's show was some 10 o'clock in the evening till midnight. So sometimes you missed a lot of people. Whereas Janice Long's show was, I think it's 8 o'clock till 10 o'clock, so like prime time Radio 1. So that you actually got a lot more potential audience than you did with John Peel. So
really?
Yeah.
So
John Peel still played us as well, so that was really good.
How did you connect it with John Peel?
Bizarre. It was the single Trees came out.
Yeah, I know he liked Trees and he played it a lot of times. Yeah.
Well, he was doing one of these road shows at Bradford University, and we went to see him and went up with it with a single, and he really liked it. And then when we noticed he started playing it on the radio show, and then people were requesting it more and more. Then one day we decided we need to get a radio. We'd like to get a Radio 1 session. And I think really we just went down. Me and Roger used to go down London all the time pushing the band. We used to went down to Broadcasting House and asked for John Peel, and he invited us in really. And he says, "What about? We'd like to do. How do we get a Radio 1 session?" He just said, "You just ask me." So we said, "Can we have one?" And he said, "Yes." So kind of as simple as that, really. I think a lot of bands thought it was difficult, but if you actually approached the guy, he was really amicable. So that's how we got the session. We got about 4 sessions for John Peel. So yeah. So that's how he started playing the band, and it kind of blossomed from there, really.
And then the session with Janice Long, was that after John Peel?
Yes, I think we did 2. We did one for Kid Jensen. He was another guy, the Canadian DJ was at Radio, and John Peel had got knocked off his bike. And he stood in for John Peel. So we did a session for him, but
Oh.
I think we did 2 sessions as far as worth it for Janice Long.
So these people, so these sessions they're recorded, and are they recorded on vinyl?
Yes, well, yeah, well, they actually on the Eternal, there's a box set which Cherry Red issued about 5 years ago. So it kind of documents virtually all of the band history, and all that. There's one CD with all the Radio 1 sessions, apart from I think the last Janice Long session, which for some reason they couldn't find it in the archives in time for the pressing. So all these all the sessions, I think it's 6 sessions, are on the Eternal box set CD, which is still available now. So yeah, so it's
Oh,
all documented. Obviously
where are
really.
they available?
They're from it's still on Cherry Red. I think they've repressed the album again. So if I suppose you search Eternal by SkeletalFamily, and the 5 CD box set, and it's relatively simple to find. So everything's on there. Yeah, really good quality. With the actual licensed tracks and BBC. So the top quality recording. So I definitely recommend that one.
Oh, okay. And I know you guys toured with the Sisters of Mercy early on.
That's correct. That October 1984. I think it's like 23 dates we did on that tour, which was
The
phenomenal.
First, Last, and
Really.
Always.
Yeah.
Was that the First and Last and Always tour or something like that? With their album?
I think it was. Well, I think it's when it's called the Black October tour.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I think the First, Last and Always was already out then, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah. Wow.
But that was a great tour because we just brought our Burning Oil album out just a couple of weeks prior to that tour, and obviously we had a really good audience, reaching out people every night, really enthusiastic audience. And after the tour, the album went to #1 in the indie chart, so for 2 or 3 weeks. So that was pretty good for us.
Yeah, Burning Oil.
That's correct. Yeah, that was the first kind of official album.
That's a really good album.
Yes, yeah.
And then the second one was also, was also great.
Yeah, the Futile Combat.
Yeah,
it was. Yeah.
So I know you have your sixth album now that's going to be released.
Well, we keep on putting it back, but I think it's probably late, no October, November at the moment. But at the moment, we're kind of pushing the single. Just put one single out. We'll be releasing another one in a few weeks, and so we're maybe thinking do release 3 singles and then bring the album out.
So the single is My Own Redemption, right?
That's correct. Yeah.
So do you guys have a name for the album yet?
Have we, Karl? I'm not right sure.
We do. I can't quite remember what it is at the moment, though.
Yeah, we keep on changing our minds.
How many tracks do you have? How many tracks are going to be in this album?
Do you want to go on with that one, Karl?
We've got 10 on the album.
10?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you guys are still working on some of the songs. I think you have some already, right?
All the album tracks are recorded now.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. All right.
So we've just been doing the acoustic tracks.
Are you going to be releasing another single? Or a few more singles before the actual release of the album?
Oh, yes. I think we're planning on doing another 2 singles. Is that right, Stan?
Yes, yeah. That's what we've kind of provisionally agreed on, and then bring the album out following that. So because the album, we actually recorded 17 tracks, so the album's going to contain 10. So we've virtually got enough material for the second album as well. So during the COVID period, we were kind of keeping pretty busy, really. Kind of obviously a lot of times just communicating over the internet, but we were kind of we've got 17 songs. Recorded.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell us about the new lineup. I know you have a new singer.
Yeah. You can like Karl. You can carry on with that.
Yeah. I mean, as you mentioned Hannah before. Hannah did a few gigs with us and recorded half an album with us, but then basically decided it wasn't for her anymore. So we needed a singer, because we wanted to carry on. And we knew of a woman called Anneka who'd been in another local band that played quite, sort of more metal-y type, weren't they, Stan?
Yes, yeah.
But she was a really good voice. So we asked her, we had a chat, had a tryout, and it seemed to be a perfect fit.
Yeah.
And then she redid the vocals for the tracks that Hannah had recorded totally differently, and then we recorded the rest of it with her.
So you have Anneka, and then of course Stan, and then Roger.
Yeah.
Roger Nowell, yeah, he's on bass, and then Karl, you're on sax and keyboard, and Ozzy's on drums.
Yeah.
Wow. And then your the single is My Own Redemption, right?
Yeah.
And there's an acoustic version of this as well.
Oh yes.
And it's available on Bandcamp, right?
Yes, yeah. It's not actually officially released this thing, but I put it on. It's on Bandcamp at the moment. They probably will be releasing it next week.
Wow.
Yeah, so we've only just recorded that, and it's going through all. Obviously, it's going through all the major distributors at the moment. We go through Ditto, so it'll be on Apple and iTunes and everything. But hopefully by the next week, and that's when we'll kind of give it the official release date.
Do you guys have a particular theme for this new album?
That's difficult.
Or what was the inspiration behind the new album?
It's difficult because the album was probably recorded over 18 months. So with the COVID, give us time to expand rather than kind of compress everything and have a certain theme. So, and then we'd get together with ideas, and all of a sudden you'd get you can't meet up again for another 3 months of the COVID thing. So we were kind of doing things separate again. So it wasn't really, I won't say it's disjointed. I think it gave us a better opportunity. It gave us 2 years to write an album rather than cobble something together and push it out. So I don't really think there's a theme running through it.
No, but I think there's a unity of style, but there's no concept behind it.
Now I know you both of you are like are the current the long-standing members of the band. Is there a reason why you guys because you guys are just keep going at it? Or what motivates you guys to continue doing what you're doing and keep going with?
I think it's a location. We all live within probably 4 miles from each other. So even with the other singer, Anne-Marie, the ex-singer, she still lives less than a mile away from me. So and Anneka lives 3 miles. Obviously, the drummer 3 miles. So I think it's we're so local, and it's. I think if everyone drifted apart to other sides of the country, around the world, it probably wouldn't happen again. But we're so local, and you still bump into each other all the time. I think that's that's why the bands have the longevity, really.
Mm-hmm.
So
and plus, Stan, Roger, and I, we've sort of got used to each other.
Yeah, you guys known each other for a long time, years.
I've known Roger since we were at school together.
Yeah. How old were you guys when you guys met? And how did you guys meet? From a band? Just bands? You guys were playing in different bands?
Yeah. I think when I met Roger, I was probably about 18, 19. The thing is, he only lived less than a mile from me. Because he went to a different school from me in a different village. We didn't have plastic cross, and all of a sudden we started to go to this club in Keighley and go to college, and I think, I've just started to play guitar. I just started to play bass. Carl's playing initially saxophone. I thought you couldn't afford a keyboard at the time, and then it was a very local community, musicians, and you kind of get together and you find people you like and whose musical styles in common with yours, and it kind of goes from there, really. So like just a local band, how we started. We're local, and everyone was within, like, say, 3 or 4 miles of each other. It wasn't like we're advertising for singers down London and things. It was very organic, a local band kind of thing, and that's why we going. So
And and I know you guys play some festivals in England over there, right? You've been doing that for like yearly.
Well, not re- well. We have been playing again, but the COVID, obviously the COVID put, we've got this, Anne-Marie left the band in 2018, then we got Anneka virtually straight away. It's not Anneka, sorry, Anna, to work on the songs that we started with Anne-Marie, and so we finished those off. Then we started doing, we did 3 or 4 gigs, went down really well, and the COVID thing kicked in. Yeah, so from 2020, we've not really done anything, purely and simply because of the COVID, But prior to that, we did 2018. We did a North American tour, about 20 dates, virtually a month-long tour. That went down really well. But yeah, so at the moment we just tend to concentrate on the new album, rather than. So I've noticed a lot of local gigs that were getting cancelled, through COVID. Even recently, some, one of the guitar bands got COVID. The gigs off, so. We're still using the time to refilming videos and doing the acoustic versions of the songs rather than gigging. But
I like them. I actually like the acoustic versions of the songs.
Yes,
I know My Own Redemption has an acoustic version, and if people want to check that out, that you have a Bandcamp page on your Bandcamp, right? There's some selections here of your music, which I really I mean, the earlier albums are in here too. If people want to.
Yeah, well, that's on Bandcamp. But the thing is that it's like a disclaimer there. It'll give you the details, but then you have to actually go to Cherry Red Records to kind of buy those. But the other records you can buy directly, and stream them directly from ourselves, which we prefer because obviously we get the revenue. Then instead of getting 0.00 of a cent per track, if you're buying from Bandcamp, we probably get 50 cents. But I think that's why a lot of bands have gone down that path, really, because you your true followers of the band will actually pay money for your tracks, whereas the streaming revenue is just like pathetic, really. Do you know what I mean? But that's the way it is at the moment. It's all going to change, but.
So your earlier band is in here as well, the Elements.
That's correct.
People want to check out the music here. Yeah, the Elements is how many albums did you come out with?
Just the one.
We've recorded one album, then we've done we've released other kind of material. Not ironic, we reformed about 2 years ago with Jane, the original singer. We did a comeback gig in Keighley, which was really well attended. And then last December, we played Keith. It was a sold-out show 2 days before the singer Jane contracted COVID. So that thing was off. We spent weeks and weeks rehearsing, and and just that one test kind of just blows it out of the water. Do you know what I mean? So the Elements are back as well, but not really as a really big touring thing. But we're probably intending to play again this Christmas, do another Christmas show.
Yeah, we've got a date penciled in.
Yeah.
The thing is, Jane doesn't live locally anymore.
Yeah, she's about 150 miles away, so that's a bit problem rehearsal wise. But
and then you have some of the BBC sessions in here, the BBC sessions as well.
Yeah.
Definitely, people want to check that out. I mean, I was really liking this when I was watching. I was the box set is in here.
Yes,
the one that you mentioned earlier, and these are rarities as well and classics. Some great stuff in there.
Yeah.
If anybody want to check that out, the SkeletalFamily Bandcamp page.
Yeah, we've got the Elements originally issued on vinyl, but that's now on CD. But we've got another one called Beginnings, and that's the history for the Elements, right from the first demos we did with Jay through to the next singer Trisha, and through to Rose Rob. And then the final one was with when Anne-Marie kind of took over as the lead vocalist, Tree. So that's virtually covers virtually all the demos and recordings that the Elements, pre-SkeletalFamily did. So that's an interesting one to either stream, or you can actually purchase it via via the CD from our Bandcamp site.
Yeah, because it was roughly about an album's worth of demos, wasn't it, Stan?
Yeah.
Now, there's a song here called State. Now, this song came out a year ago, right?
Yes, yeah. Well, it was the video. It's a very weird thing. We did the video. Anna got a friend of hers to do a video for the song, and it was doing really well on YouTube and everything, and getting loads of hits. And then the second wave of COVID kicked in, and we all got locked down again. And the thing is, and then Anna moved, and then virtually 3 weeks after that came out. She didn't really leave the band, but we kind of.
So who's singing in this song?
Hannah.
Hannah. Okay, Hannah singing on State. Okay, and this song is going to be part of the new album.
No,
No?
because it was sort of released. It's got a video. We didn't want to redo it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's got a good.
Because what actually happened is we probably did about 9 songs with Anna. We recorded them down at Paul Weller's studio down in Ripley, and it was going really, really well.
Yeah.
And we were planning to release the album probably 3 months later, but then the COVID thing kicked again, and it all kind of. I think we all kind of lost interest because we couldn't get back together again. But luckily, when we got Anneka in, obviously we had the multi-track, so we just really took on 9 of the songs we just took Anna's vocals off, and just give the tracks to Anneka, not even telling her what melodies are. There's no lyrics. You don't even know. She didn't even know where the chorus and verses were, so she had to construct the song, the lyrics out of that. Yeah, she did a really good job, didn't she? So
she did. Yeah, it was a bit wicked of us really to do that, but
yeah,
she did very, very, very well.
Yeah. And then we did some more sessions down at the studio and recorded probably another 9 or 10 songs down there, and 3 of them weren't really, well, we don't think they're any good, and so we did 17 kind of finished kind of master songs, which we've picked 10 for the forthcoming album.
So tell me about the Ghost Dance, the acoustic spin the wheel.
I did that with Anne-Marie, and Roger was off touring. He kind of works with Paul Weller as his kind of guitar tech, and with Culture Club, Boy George. And so we had a couple of months kind of off in the summer. So Anne-Marie and myself decided initially to do a Skeletal Family one. So I think we did 12 acoustic versions of the Skeletal Family tracks. And that were getting received fairly well. So we thought we'll go. So we went back and did the Ghost Dance, covered the Ghost Dance ones as well. So that's how that one came about.
Yeah, and so that took place a couple of years ago too, right?
That was 2017.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, you guys been busy.
Yeah, we did a few acoustic gigs that were well received. Kind of promoting those 2 CDs. So yeah, we've always been busy. The problem is it's been the COVID, and it's just
that's true.
Yeah, every band, they up to bands like Rolling Stones, so nothing we could do about it. So we just kind of knuckled down and used it to our advantage, really. To
took advantage of it.
Because we're no pressure then, were the Karl Heinz? Normally you think we've got a tour coming up, so we need an album, but obviously that tour thing was impossible. So I thought, sod it, we'll just work on the material and really polish the songs and get like a producer to help us kind of work on the songs. And instead of knocking them out in 3 months, it took us 2 years. But I think the way it has been worth it. I think, in all honesty, if we were issued those a year ago, I think I think they'd have been underproduced, and do you know what I mean? Because we're still working on the mixes, won't we? Even till a couple of weeks remastering the songs. So I think it's good to have an album out where you don't feel pressured into releasing. we feel really proud about putting it out. You know.
Yeah, but the lack of pressure and the time available has been wonderful.
Yeah, sad for some people. It's sad, but for us, we took advantage of the situation. So.
Well, I'm looking forward to the new single that's just going to be released in a few days, and then the album coming out in a few months.
Yeah, as I said, you've heard the next single. I sent it to you a bit ago, but it's kind of been remixed and remastered. So that's just about ready to, to put on the shelf. Maybe another 2 weeks. Hopefully, you'll be one of the first people to play it.
What's the name of the song?
It's Cry Baby.
I think I have that one.
Yeah, I think I sent it on. It was like a demo a few months ago.
It's great.
So.
Yeah.
But we've now got the fully mastered version of the video to accompany.
Yeah, and it's probably slightly different to what the version I sent you, but I think that's a bit more going back to the Skeletal Family sound. Do you know what I mean? With the kind of bit more up tempo song. My Own Redemption is a great song. Initially, we thought it was just going to be like a filler for the album, but once we got it remixed and edited, we thought, God, this is a really good song. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So is this new album similar or different from the original sound?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think we've, from the first album Burning All to we did the other albums, Love, Hope and Despair and things, that 15 years ago. I think they've all had a sound of their own, but obviously because us three are the integral virtually the songwriters of the band.
Yeah.
Worked together for 30, 40 years. I think that it does give the album a certain feel. Do you know what I mean? I think it sounds like Skeletal Family. You can listen to the different albums and you think, well, that album's slightly different. But if it wasn't, I think people would have got bored after.
Yeah, I mean, you have like your song "What Happened." That's a little bit different. Yeah, that's a little bit different, but I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yes. I think we kind of came from that Leeds background, when Sister Nurse of the Marsh Violets, Red Lorry, Yellow Lorry, a dark sound. And our first album was, but we still had, I'd say, more commercials. Not what we wrote commercial songs, but songs like So Sure, She Cries Alone. You couldn't really call those kind of gothic songs, and Promised Land, but that was our sound, and we were kind of around at the same time as these other bands, and we kind of got, I wouldn't say we got lumped into that sound, but that kind of era. So I think a lot of times we didn't want to be writing depressing songs all the time. So we're not really a depressing band. Some of our songs might be, but some of the Cure are, and some other Cure songs are not. So we like to have an open book on how we write. We don't really write to the Gothic songbook. We just write what we want to write, and then we record it. And 99%, Karl, we do release it because we're happy with what it is.
We've never been afraid to experiment with different genres. I mean, obviously we were punk derived originally, but we've done like punk, ska, even a bit of funk, a bit of reggae, a bit of psychedelia almost. It's just music.
Yeah, I think all the bands have got different tastes. It's like Duane Eddy, the Sex Pistols, the Damned, they're my favourite bands, but I like Prince and things, and psychedelic first. So to me, I've never really stuck to one genre of music what I listen to. I'm very open-minded, and I hope that reflects in the kind of music that Skeletal Family kind of release.
Who's the songwriters? Do you all share the lyrics?
Lyrics.
You guys collaborate together.
Anneka.
Yeah.
But songwriting, we've all listed as co-songwriters on the new album.
Yeah. On the early Skeletal Family stuff, a lot of the times Roger did the lyrics, and Karl and myself. and Roger would work on the music, and that was virtually all the Skeletal
Oh.
Family stuff. But on this album, because everyone really pulled together, and a lot of the initial versions of the songs were jammed out in the studio. For this album, everyone's getting an equal songwriting credit. You know, I think sometimes you have bands, and the first album you go down that path, and then after the bit, some people are pulling the weight, and you start thinking, well, why should they get a song credit when they've not even done anything? But on this album, you know, credit to everyone. You know, everyone's probably pulled in the same direction equally, so everyone's credit as an equal songwriter, which I think is fair. Yeah, thing.
Wow. Well, you know, I'm
because in the past we've done, you know, a permutation of the band is a permutation of the songwriters. You know, we've all done bits and bats.
Yes,
Dan doesn't do lyrics much. He doesn't really go down that road, but music-wise, we've all done it.
Yeah. Some of the new albums have been ideas what I've had for 15 years, and it's some what Roger's had and what Karl's had.
Yeah.
You know, so it just the ideas just come from everywhere. But I think for this album, I just think it's fair that everyone gets an equal credit.
Yeah. So this new album that's coming out in the fall is the 6th album, and I think it's the 6th, right?
Yeah, the 6th official. We've had. There's been a lot of compilations. In fact, there's a recent vinyl, the best of, which is a double vinyl, which is selling really well at the moment, a reissue. But yeah, they're reissues in, you know, it's probably 40, 50 reissues of our material. But the, you know, of the official albums, yeah, this will be the 6th official Skeletal Family album.
So do you have anything else happening? You guys are going somewhere playing somewhere?
Well,
sometime in the year.
We've been offered gigs at the moment in Scandinavia and in Los Angeles, and kind of local support, so like certain bands. But at the moment, we're still Roger's working away at the moment. We're still concentrating on getting our rehearsing our live sound. So we have. I think the first gig we'll be playing is in Leeds. I think on the 3rd of December.
Yeah.
Unless other things come up before then, but there's plenty of offers on the table at the moment. We want to make sure we tie it as a live band, and in all honesty, we want to go out and tour the new album. We don't want to be playing a load of material what people don't know. So I think the idea is to let people hear 4 or 5 of the songs as singles, and then release the album, and then tour. Because it's a bit pointless really going out, because I don't like it when I watch bands and we've got a new album, then you're kind of bored, you're just waiting for unless the songs are really good, you're kind of bored and waiting for the greatest hits kind of thing. Yeah. So I think it'd be a bit pointless just going out at the moment, because one, we're not ready, and two, people won't know the material. Don't get me wrong, when we'll be playing, we've already got the set list for the live gigs, and it probably a mixture of 50% old material and 50% off the new album. So it's all ready to go. But at the moment, we're just concentrating on the videos and getting our live sounds, honed up. So that's the plan. And it sounds a long way away, December, but it just
that's not too long.
Exactly. Time flies, isn't it? So
it's gonna go by really quickly.
Yeah.
And you guys played in the US before, right?
Yes. Yeah, we did a tour we did about 20 odd dates in all across North America, 2018.
Oh, okay.
So Canada, we played a couple in Canada as well, Toronto, Vancouver. So we started on the West Coast.
Did you go to California?
Yes, yeah, we played in Los Angeles.
Oh, okay. Wow. I missed that one.
Oakland. And we played San Diego. We kind of went down there.
Oh, well, I hope you guys come. I hope you guys come by again to California.
Yeah. I think we will. Yeah, we've played there before over the years. I think there were the DJ Paulina. She puts on in New York, didn't she, Karl? In
2004.
Yeah, 2004. So that was our first American gig in New York, and then we played Los Angeles 2 or 3 times over the years, and then this was a big tour what we had in 2018, which went down really well. We played some decent venues and got some really good feedback. So,
Oh. Well, congratulations on your new album coming out and your single. And if people want to check out your music, it's skeletalfamily.com.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
And also Bandcamp.
The Facebook page. We're on social media on TikTok,
Instagram.
TikTok. Yeah, so if you check us out, TikTok, Instagram. We were thinking that kind of format was not really for like kids, but our videos get quite a lot of views on there. So it's another medium what you could you'd be stupid not to really to utilize.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. Well, thank you both for joining me. I'm looking forward to your new album and your single. And I love the acoustic versions of the songs. I like how you guys put that together. It's really beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Very much appreciated.
Yeah, and there's so much selection. I mean, people can check that out if they wanna go back to your earlier albums as well as in here.
Yeah, yes, everything's there. Yeah, that's a great thing. Especially, I'm not really plugging the Eternal box set because we don't really get much money from it, But that is if you'd really, and I think it's 20 UK pounds, which is pretty good for a 5 CD box set, which contains virtually everything we've done, apart from the Sakura album, and Despair. But a lot of all the Radio 1 sessions and sessions we did with Katrina, with Simon Inkler from The Mission, and things like that. So there's a lot of kind of rare stuff on there, So if I was wanting an introduction to the band, I'd definitely go for that box set.
Oh yeah. So your album's gonna be released. What's the record label?
It's bizarre. What is it, Spud? What's the label?
Well, Gepek.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But the thing is, we've had, like 2 years ago, we had an offer from Cleopatra Records to release the album on their label. We actually met up with a guy in Anaheim, me and Roger, 2 years ago to discuss it. But then the COVID thing kicked in again, and that kind of went,
Oh yeah.
But we've been sending extracts from the album out to quite a few companies now, so we're having quite a lot of interest. So at the moment, it's a bit unsure what label. It could come out on our own label, but maybe to get worldwide distribution vinyl wise, we might go with a different label now. So we've had a few people interested, companies. So it's and at the moment we've only just started releasing. The video seems to be a lot played. So the new single. So I think we've got quite a lot of interest. So really, we've not really decided on how we're going to release it. I mean, we couldn't actually release it. It's easy to release it yourself nowadays. Don't get me wrong, but sometimes advantageous to have a well-established company to be backing it, really.
Especially when you're looking at the physical media, that's more difficult for indies, especially when you're looking at worldwide distribution.
Yeah, that's the problem.
A few years ago, I saw this record. It's called "Killed by Death Rock," and I saw you guys are in it. You have a track in there, or?
Oh God! We look at some because our initial label was Red Rhino, and then that kind of went. Then after Anne-Marie left the band the first time, we got Katrina to sing. We signed a major deal with Chrysalis Records, so we had. And that gave us a hell of a lot of worldwide promotion. Red Rhino were good, but like an independent label. But we signed our publishing to Dick James, DJM Music, but the Beatles were, Elton John was signing them. So that were a big label. But obviously, all those, we don't have the rights to our songs anymore. So, but the good thing is they're still being licensed by say like Cherry Red, so all these companies, so all these compilations, the tracks usually licensed from Cherry Red, so we're kind of aware of it. We do actually get paid for it, so that's a good thing.
Mhm.
And it gives the band exposure as well. So
Yeah, yeah, it's great. I actually have that record. It's in vinyl. It's really nice. I think it has a picture in there, poster. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah,
there's a
it is.
poster in there. I think
Yeah,
there's one and there's two.
yeah. Well, it's
I
bizarre 'cause when we went to America in 2018, there were people coming up with vinyl records and CDs and say, "Can you sign these?" Compilations. I've never even heard of them before. Do you know what I mean? So it's pretty good. That we are getting on all these kind of sort of gothic kind of compilations. The band gets on a lot of playlists like Promised Land and
Mhm.
video. Is it nearly had 1 million views or something, which is not bad for a Keighley based band. So
Now you guys have a video out as well, right?
Yeah.
yes, for the new single, yeah,
For My Own Redemption.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was we we get we gave a guy wanted to do this video, Danny Anneka, and he'd come up with a storyboard for his song. He'd heard quite a few of our other songs, but he said, "I'd like to do a storyboard for that." So the video for that is more like a mini film, really. Like and it doesn't really show the band that much, but he had this idea of what this song meant to him, and he came up with this storyboard, and it took 3 or 4 days just to
Yeah.
film it.
Mm-hmm.
We all make cameo appearances
Mhm.
of about
Yeah.
2 seconds, which is probably long enough for us. But yeah, we're very pleased with the video. I mean, it's only been out 2 weeks. I think it's had
Yeah.
nearly 3,000 streams, which is on YouTube. Which again, if you're a big band, it's a drop in the ocean. But for a band our size, I think
That's
to get
pretty
that
damn
interest
good.
is good, really good. Yeah, that's positive. Have you
Yeah.
seen the video yet?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell us about that. I mean, whose idea was it? And
Well, we gave Danny totally free reign. We
Oh.
said, if you want to do it, you come up with an idea. Then he showed us the roughs, and we thought, yeah, it is great.
Mm,
Go for it, Danny.
yeah.
Tell us what we're doing.
Yeah, because at the moment we've got 4. Well, we've actually scheduled the next 4 singles we're going to release, and we filmed videos for all of these already. Some of them are not finished, but we've given them to different directors, producers, not to the same person, and don't not really give them any directive. Let surprise us with what you can come up with. Really, I think that's what the idea we're looking for. And so far, we've stuck lucky with the kind of the people who we're using. So the video and the videos are all different. We're not going down the same vein, kind of thing. So they're all looking good.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to the rest of the singles before you release the album. And thank you both for joining me.
No problem. It's been a real pleasure.
Yeah, it's well, let me see what time it is. It's almost midnight here, but I know it's like what 11 o'clock over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing about England. It's like the other way. It's halfway around. Yeah. So I do my interviews like early in the morning or late at night.
Yeah. So
And
I've worked with guys from New Zealand, so I know what it's like.
Oh yeah, they're like similar to our time. They're just a day ahead, but it's
That's right,
it's
yeah.
like a few hours behind or like behind, but they're actually a day ahead, so it's not too
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah,
Even
I can see.
Australia.
Yeah. To work for a company, and our parent company went to China, so we're dealing with the Chinese. So good thing was, you only had a 2-hour window to speak to them from 8 o'clock to 10 in the morning. So it was pretty good, really, because they got off your back then.
Mhm.
So in some ways it's a good.
So have you guys played in Asia?
We've
No.
not. We did in Sao Paulo about
Oh, somehow.
about 6 years ago, and
Hmm.
Mexico City.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we've kind of done. Bizarrely, I get access to all the Spotify things, and our biggest market is South America, which is bizarre.
Yeah.
But I say on it, there's probably Los Angeles, New York, and and like in South America, which is, and yeah, you can tell by the kind of friendly requests you're getting from these places. So it's good, you know. Yeah, so you know, it's not just a kind of the UK thing. It's like worldwide, I suppose.
Yeah. Well, maybe we'll see you guys somewhere in this part of the world soon, sometime.
Yeah,
I hope so.
yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Stan Greenwood, who plays guitar, and Karl Heinz, who plays keyboard and sax. So, are we going to hear a lot of saxophone in the new album?
No, this one's been mainly keyboards.
Oh, okay.
Mainly because I got a new keyboard just before we started.
Oh, okay. That's good too. Yeah.
And had access to various instruments down at the studio that I wouldn't normally have access to. You know, like a proper grand piano and a vintage Hammond organ. So it'd have been crazy not to use them.
Yeah. No, I know how it is. When you got something new, you want to just use them. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm looking forward. I can't wait to hear the rest.
Cheers, thank you.
Thank you so much for joining me.
Cheers.
Well, if you're listening, please like, subscribe, share, and comment. Hey, thank you guys for joining me. Let me just turn this off.
No problem.
And then we just turn this off here.